25. The Lord said to Moses on Mount Sinai, "Say to the Israelites, when you come into the land which I give you, then shall the land keep a Sabbath to the Lord. For 6 years you shall sow your field, and for 6 years you shall prune your vineyard and gather in its fruit. But in the 7th year there shall be a Sabbath of solemn rest for the land, a Sabbath to the Lord. You shall neither sow your field nor prune your vineyard. What grows of itself in your harvest you shall not reap, and the grapes on your uncultivated vine you shall not gather, for it is a year of rest to the land. And the Sabbath rest of the untilled land shall in its increase furnish food for you, for your male and female slaves, your hired servant, and the temporary resident who lives with you. For your domestic animals also, and for the wild beasts in your land, all its yield shall be for food. And you shall number 7 Sabbaths or weeks of years for you, 7 times 7 years, so the total time of the 7 weeks of years shall be 49 years. Then you shall sound abroad the loud trumpet on the 10th day of the 7th month, almost October, on the day of atonement. Blow the trumpet in all your land. And you shall hallow the 50th year and proclaim liberty throughout all the land to all its inhabitants. It shall be a jubilee for you, and each of you shall return to his ancestral possession, which through poverty he was compelled to sell, and each of you shall return to his family, from whom he was separated in bond service. That 50th year shall be a jubilee for you. In it you shall not sow or reap and store what grows of itself, or gather the grapes of the uncultivated vine, for it is a jubilee. It shall be holy to you. You shall eat the sufficient increase of it out of the field. In this year of Jubilee, each of you shall return to his ancestral property, and if you sell anything to your neighbor or buy from your neighbor, you shall not wrong one another. According to the number of years after the Jubilee, you shall buy from your neighbor. And he shall sell to you according to the number of years remaining in which you may gather the crops before you must restore the property to him. If the years to the next Jubilee are many, you may increase the price, and if the years remaining are few, you shall diminish the price. For the number of the crops is what he is selling to you. You shall not oppress and wrong one another, but you shall reverently fear your God. For I am the Lord your God. Therefore you shall do and give effect to my statutes and keep my ordinances and perform them, and you will dwell in the land of safety. The land shall yield its fruit. You shall eat your fill and dwell there in safety. And if you say, what shall we eat in the 7th year, if we are not to sow or gather in our increase? Then this is my answer. I will command my special blessings on you in the 6th year, so that it shall bring forth sufficient fruit for 3 years. And you shall sow in the 8th year, but eat of the old store of produce until the crops of the 9th year come in. You shall eat of the old supply. The land shall not be sold into perpetual ownership, for the land is mine. You are only strangers and temporary residents with me. And in all the country you possess, you shall grant a redemption for the land in the year of Jubilee. If your brother has become poor and has sold some of his property, if any of his kin comes to redeem it, he shall be allowed to redeem what his brother has sold. And if the man has no one to redeem his property, and he himself has become more prosperous and has enough to redeem it, then let him count the years since he sold it and restore the overpayment to the man to whom he sold it, and return to his ancestral possession. But if he is unable to redeem it, it shall remain in the buyer's possession until the year of Jubilee, when it shall be set free, and he may return to it. If a man sells a dwelling house in a fortified city, he may redeem it within a whole year after it is sold. For a full year he may have the right of a redemption. And if it is not redeemed within a full year, then the house that is in the fortified city shall be made sure permanently and without limitation for him who bought it throughout his generations. It shall not go free in the year of Jubilee. But the houses of the unwalled villages shall be counted with the fields of the country. They may be redeemed, and they shall go free in the year of Jubilee. Nevertheless, the cities of the Levite, the houses in the cities of their possession, the Levite may redeem at any time. But if a house is not redeemed by a Levite, the sold house in the city they possess shall go free in the year of Jubilee. For the houses in the Levite cities are their ancestral possession among the Israelites. But the field of unenclosed or pastoral land of their cities may not be sold. It is their perpetual possession. And if your Israelite brother has become poor and his hand wavers from poverty, sickness, or age, and he is unable to support himself, then you shall uphold, strengthen, relieve him, treating him with the courtesy and consideration that you would a stranger or a temporary resident with you without property, so that he may live along with you. Charge him no interest or portion of increase, but fear your God, so your brother may continue to live along with you. You shall not give him your money at interest, nor lend him food at a profit. I am the Lord your God, who brought you forth out of the land of Egypt to give you the land of Canaan and to be your God. And if your brother becomes poor beside you and sells himself to you, you shall not compel him to serve as a bondman, a slave not eligible for redemption, but as a hired servant and as a temporary resident. He shall be with you. He shall serve you till the year of Jubilee. And then he shall depart from you, he and his children with him, and shall go back to his own family, and return to the possession of his fathers. For the Israelites are my servants. I brought them out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. You shall not rule over him with harshness, severity, oppression, but you shall reverently fear your God. As for your bondmen and your bondmaids, whom you may have, they shall be from the nations round about you, of whom you may buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers who sojourn among you, of them you may buy, and of their families that are with you, which they have begotten in your land, and they shall be your possession. And you shall make them an inheritance for your children after you to hold for a possession. Of them shall you take your bondmen always, but over your brethren, the Israelites, you shall not rule one over another with harshness, severity, oppression. And if a sojourner or stranger with you becomes rich, and your Israelite brother becomes poor beside him and sells himself to the stranger or sojourner with you, or to a member of the stranger's family, after he is sold, he may be redeemed. One of his brethren may redeem him. Either his uncle or his uncle's son may redeem him, or a near kinsman may redeem him, or if he has enough and is able, he may redeem himself. And the Redeemer shall reckon with the purchaser of the servant from the year when he sold himself to the purchaser to the year of Jubilee, and the price of his release shall be adjusted according to the number of years. The time he was with his owner shall be counted as that of a hired servant. If there remain many years before the year of Jubilee, in proportion to them, he must refund to the purchaser for his release the overpayment for his acquisition. And if little time remains until the year of Jubilee, he shall count it over with him, and he shall refund the proportionate amount for his release. And as a servant hired year by year, shall he deal with him. He shall not rule over him with harshness, severity, oppression in your sight. Make sure of that. And if he is not redeemed during these years, and by these means, then he shall go free in the year of Jubilee, he and his children with him. For to me, the Israelites are servants, my servant, whom I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Precious, the wise one, we are 10. Precious, fizzy, white tea. Precious, Tito. Thank you for Sunday. 소중한 푸른 하늘님, 소중한 사인님, precious child Charles Soldier, Amen. Thank you for the floating heart. Thank you so much for sharing this precious time together. 소중한 시간 함께 해주셔서 정말 감사합니다. God bless you. Wishing you a blessed day and night. 좋은 하루, 축복이